Welcome to Numis World USA 1969 S. Jefferson Nickel. Full details. United States of America. The 1969 S. Jefferson nickel is one of the fascinating coins minted by the United States Mint at the San Francisco Mint, identified by the S. Mint mark located on the reverse side of the coin, just to the right of Monticello. It is made of a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing about 5 grams with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1969. The reverse side displays Jefferson's historic home Monticello, along with the phrases "E pluribus unum," United States of America, and the denomination 5 cents. In circulation, the 1969 S. Jefferson nickel is quite common, but in uncirculated or proof condition, it can hold extra value to collectors. The San Francisco Mint mainly produced proof coins that year, meaning they were made with a high-quality mirror finish for collectors rather than general circulation. The proof mintage was around 2.9 million coins. Depending on the condition, the value of a 1969 S nickel can range from 10 cents to $1.50 for circulated examples, while proof or high-grade versions, PR67, PR70, can reach values between $10 and $50 or even more in auctions. Coins with strong strikes, full steps on Monticello, or mint errors, like double die or off-center strikes, can be much more valuable to rare coin collectors. Overall, the 1969 S. Jefferson nickel represents a piece of American history and craftsmanship, symbolizing the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson. If you find one in perfect condition or proof finish, it might be a hidden treasure worth keeping or grading. The 1969 S. Jefferson nickel is part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series, first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin honors Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. The design remained largely unchanged for decades, making the 1969 S. nickel a classic representation of mid-20th century American coinage. The San Francisco Mint in 1969 focused mainly on producing proof coins, which were made using highly polished dies and planchets. These coins display a mirror-like surface and sharp details, especially on Jefferson's face and the steps of Monticello. Because of their beautiful appearance, collectors prize them for their craftsmanship. The proof sets of 1969 often include this nickel alongside other denominations like the penny, dime, quarter, and half-dollar. While most 1969 S nickels are common, collectors always look for rare error varieties. One of the most desirable features is the full steps FS designation on the reverse side. A coin with clearly visible, complete steps on Monticello indicates an exceptionally strong strike, which is much rarer. Such pieces, especially graded PR69 or PR70 with full steps, can sell for hundreds of dollars at auctions. Additionally, some coins may show minor die errors, such as doubling on the lettering or weak strikes, increasing their collectible value. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel series has become a favorite among both beginner and advanced collectors because of its long history and affordable entry point. The 1969 S issue is special because it comes from a time when the mint was transitioning into more modern minting techniques, improving the quality of proof coins significantly. If you happen to find a 1969 S. Jefferson nickel in your collection, it's worth inspecting closely under magnification or even sending it for professional grading. You never know, a small mint mark or a perfect strike could turn an ordinary coin into something truly valuable. The 1964 Jefferson nickel, 5-cent coin, is one of the most common and historically significant nickels produced by the United States Mint. It belongs to the Jefferson nickel series, which began in 1938, featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. The 1964 issue marked the final year that the U.S. Mint struck nickels with the date 1964 for circulation before removing mint marks temporarily due to a national coin shortage. The of the 1964 nickel features a left-facing bust of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, with the word "In God We Trust" on the left side, Liberty, and the year 1964 on the right. The reverse back shows Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, with the inscriptions E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This design continued the traditional look of Jefferson nickels that were introduced in 1938 and still closely resembles those made today. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was struck in two main varieties, one with a D mint mark for the Denver Mint and one without a mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint. Both varieties were minted in extremely high quantities because of the coin shortage in the early 1960s. Over 2.8 billion nickels were produced that year, making it one of the most common dates in the entire Jefferson nickel series. The composition of the coin is 75% copper and 25% nickel, and it weighs 5 grams with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. Even though billions were minted, the 1964 nickel holds collector interest because some varieties and conditions can be valuable. Nickels with full steps, FS, on Monticello are especially prized. This refers to sharply struck coins where all the steps on the building's front are clearly visible. Finding a 1964 or 1964 D nickel with full steps in uncirculated condition is difficult, making those coins valuable. In terms of value, a regular circulated 1964 nickel typically trades for 5 to 10 cents, just above face value. However, uncirculated examples in mint state, MS, grades can range from $1 to $10 depending on condition. The rare full steps varieties can reach $50 to $500, and in exceptional cases, certified MS-67 full steps coins have sold for over $3,000 to $6,000 at auction. Proof versions made at the San Francisco Mint, with no S mark in 1964, but part of special sets, also hold premium value. In the collector market today, the 1964 Jefferson nickel represents an important transition point in U.S. coinage. It's a coin that many Americans remember from circulation, yet numismatists value it for the historical context and rare minting details it may display. Collectors often seek well-preserved examples, especially those with brilliant luster and strong strike details, as these continue to rise in demand over time. Overall, while most 1964 nickels are common, the coin remains an interesting and educational piece of U.S. coin history, a symbol of an era when coin hoarding and shortages shaped modern minting practices in America. Another important detail about the 1964 Jefferson nickel is the presence of several error varieties and die anomalies, which make some coins far more valuable than ordinary circulation pieces. During the mass production of these nickels in 1964, the mint used thousands of dies to meet high demand, and as a result, many coins were struck with die cracks, doubling weak strikes and die clashes. Among these, the double die obverse, DDO, and double die reverse, DDR, errors are the most desirable. These errors occur when the coin die shifts slightly during production, causing doubled letters or numbers, especially on words like Liberty, In God We Trust, or Monticello. Such double-die 1964 nickels can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on clarity and condition. Collectors also look for the 1964 D over D repunched mint mark, RPM, variety. This happens when the D mint mark was punched into the die twice in slightly different positions. The overlapping marks can be seen clearly under magnification, making it a valuable find. Some examples of these coins in high mint state grades, MS-65 and above, have been auctioned for $200 to $800, depending on strike quality and eye appeal. Another aspect that adds charm to this coin is its historical context. The year 1964 was a turning point for U.S. coinage because of the nationwide shortage of coins caused by silver hoarding and growing demand in commerce. To solve this crisis, the mint produced enormous quantities of 1964 dated nickels, even continuing into 1965 with the same date. Therefore, some 1964 nickels were actually struck in 1965, which is why the mintage numbers are unusually high and why mint marks were temporarily removed from all U.S. coins starting that year. This makes the 1964 Jefferson nickel one of the most mass-produced coins in American history. From a collector's perspective, the condition of the coin determines most of its value. Coins graded by professional grading companies such as PCGS or NGC are highly sought after because their grades confirm authenticity and preservation quality. Mint state coins with brilliant luster, sharp details, and no contact marks can be worth many times more than ordinary circulated ones. Proof-like strikes, particularly those found in special mint sets, SMS, or those with mirror-like fields, are also prized by numismatists. In the modern coin market, the 1964 nickel has grown in collector interest because of the challenges in finding perfect examples with full step details. Many nickels from that year were weakly struck due to worn dies or rapid minting, which makes high-grade full-step coins extremely rare. In 2023 and 2024 auctions, several 1964 DFS nickels graded MS67 sold for over $5,000, showing that collectors still compete fiercely for top-quality examples. Overall, the 1964 5-cent Jefferson nickel stands as a symbol of mid-20th century American coinage, durable, practical, and steeped in history. While most examples are worth only face value, a few hidden gems among them can bring surprising value, making it a fun and rewarding coin to search for in circulation, coin rolls, or old collections.